And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today I'm taking a look at a game called Discount Salmon. Now, salmon, whenever a restaurant wants to talk about how good their salmon is, they tell you that it came from probably the Pacific Northwest, and it's great salmon, and we have problems with salmon. These salmons have major problems. I think the first major problem is how boring this box looks. It's kind of a funky, weird box. But anyway, we're going to Lake Miasma, the world's most contaminated body of water. You're a champion fishmonger. You're supposed to catch defective fish and then fix them up to sell them. Let's take a look. In the middle of the table is the lake where the salmon are, and you can see that this is a lovely looking lake. And as you flip over a card, you'll see the salmon have had problems. There's an ugly salmon. Here is a stinky salmon. Here's another stinky salmon. Here's some dry salmon. Here's a toxic salmon. And here's one that's not even a salmon, not a fish. So what players are going to do is one player is going to go first. Now, players are going to have a handful of cards from this deck, and these are going to have positive and negative modifiers. So one person is going to take a fish and flip it over. This happens to be an ugly fish. Players will all at the same time play cards on it. Now, they can play a negative thing on it. For example, they might play rotten eggs on this. Now it is an ugly and stinky fish. So people are trying to fix the fish. Of course, if a fish is ugly, you're going to want to play makeup on it. It cures ugly. If a fish is stinky, you'll want to put perfume on it. Everyone's playing cards simultaneously, and you'll look, and whoever's played cards near the bottom, then, for example, this cures ugly, someone played the causes stinky, but I cure stinky. This card here, even if another perfume was played on top of it, whoever played this card is the one who wins all these cards in that stack. And then we turn over another card. All right, here we have stinky, and it's not a fish. Well, I would need to play perfume on to get rid of stinky, and I would need to play a fish costume on to get rid of not a fish. Just like I would play lotion to get rid of a dry fish, or an antidote to get rid of toxic fish. Or I can be mean and put a fish decoy on something to make it not a fish, or the blistering hot sun to make it dry, or nuclear waste, which causes it to be toxic, or a mustache, which, what? Causes it to be ugly? A mustache? Nonsense. There's also two other cards people can play. The blender cures everything. Go figure. And then the Andrew the Hungry Cat, when he comes in, all the cards go away and nobody wins anything. Now after 5 seconds, if nobody claims the fish, then the person whose turn it is, they have this deep fryer cart card. They simply take the fish and serve it up to their customers, or in this case, a tire. So you're going to continue doing this, and player who plays a card, and they call these tricks that you get them. But anyhow, when all the fish are gone, or when there's not enough cards left in the modifier deck to draw, then you're going to count all the fish cards you claimed, even the tires, and whoever has the most is the winner. If there's a tie, whoever has the most negative modifier cards is the winner. Now, throughout the rules, many times in the description of the game, they use the word trick-taking. I do not think that word means what they think it means. This game has nothing to do with trick-taking. This game is a speed game where you turn something over, hope you have the right card in your hand, and throw it on, and if you don't, then play a bad card on it, so hopefully that someone else can't claim the card. It's speed. There's nothing else. There's nothing. It is simply turn a card over, play cards as fast as you can. Stop. Go on to the next card. And continue. There is no strategy, no I'll keep these cards, whatever. There's fortunately less negative cards in the modifier deck than there is positive ones, and that's a good thing because otherwise the game would drag out longer than it does. The game is full of humor, and I mean, it's hilarious, and race your friends in this hilarious speed-based trick-taking, not a trick-taking, speed-based card game. I suppose. It is funny, and yes, there's obviously the humor. Haha, this fish is ugly, so I will put makeup on, which is really gross if you think about it. And I don't know that it's teaching kids anything positive, but okay, let's take all that out because it's funny. But you know what? The humor's not gonna last that long. This whole haha, your fish is stinky. Here's some perfume. That's probably going to make people laugh the first time. Haha, your fish is stinky, here's some perfume. Might make you smile the second time. The third time it's going to get old and you're going to want a better game. And really, there's not a lot here. You're just playing things fast. Now, some people will like this. Some people like the whole speed thing, blah, 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 blah. And it's not like it's a terrible experience. It's entertaining and I like the artwork. And I mean, even though I said the humor is gets old, I do get kind of a kick out of the fact that we keep putting costumes on tires and selling them as real fish. Or you put a costume on a fish, and then you put a fish decoy, and then you put another costume. It's very odd. Anyway, some people are going to like this, but be forewarned, do you like speed games where you play cards as fast as you can? And with a dose of humor, that's what this discount salmon is. Not for me, but I can see some folks enjoying it.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.